This is part one of a two-part presentation about the ImageSite document management system.
To use the ImageSite web browser interface, just open up a browser and enter the ImageSite path. At this point, you'll be presented with a login screen. ImageSite also has a domain security module, so if you have that additional module, you actually would bypass this login screen and you would be entered directly into ImageSite based on your Windows domain authentication. But in this case, I'm actually accessing ImageSite from a remote location. So I'm going to enter my login, and initially I'll log in as an ordinary user. We'll call him Project Manager Guy. So I type in my login and enter my password, and I'm in ImageSite. Now the first screen you see in ImageSite can be configured as well. This particular view has defaulted the user to see the cabinet's homepage. In this case, this user has 3 ImageSite cabinets. A cabinet within ImageSite is like a virtual ImageSite. Within each of these cabinets can be a very unique collection of users, documents, security settings. Almost all the settings of ImageSite can be defined differently within each of these categories or cabinets. So these cabinets are very useful for different styles of use. For example, a cabinet could be the very large archive for the whole corporation, which could contain hundreds of thousands or even millions of documents. Or a cabinet could be an active design cabinet for use by a number of designers or engineers to check data in, check data out, update comments, and so on, and be a very interactive workspace. This user has 3 cabinets, one oriented toward design, one for release documents, and one for collaboration with outside vendors. So another way to come into ImageSite would be to go immediately to a search screen. I can go to the screen right now, and you'll see the screen is a little bit different. It has metadata or search criteria to immediately search for documents. The cabinets are selected here as a pick list or a pull down, and you see the same 3 cabinets, the design, released, and extranet cabinet. Now at this time the user can search across all cabinets, and he can specify the criteria for documents he's looking for, or he can drill and search into individual cabinets. And if I search specifically in the design cabinet, you'll see the metadata or the search criteria can be different from design cabinet to design cabinet. For example, if I go to this release cabinet, again, a slightly different set of data for searching and the documents and security as well. So let's go into the design cabinet here and, for example, search for internal documents that might be engineering and might be CAD related. One of the features you're seeing here is called conditional fields or conditional metadata. You can see that as I select one field, for example, invoice, the fields beneath it relate to invoices only, and all the other fields disappear. Or I could go to CAD, and the CAD fields are configured to display only if the document type is set to CAD. Or a purchase order, for example, with PO number, PO amount, and so on. So this is a nice feature that allows you to have lots and lots of metadata or search data, but have it well organized within ImageSite so that you can do searching and indexing with ease. These searches can be stored as well, so I can have favorites, and if I want to set up some perhaps slightly more complex search where I might have multiple fields established, I can then save the search as a favorite. I simply add to my favorites list, say it's a new favorite, give a name, CAD search, and go ahead and save it. Now at this point I can just click on that search and it'll immediately populate all my search values. If I go pick a different one, I can go here and you'll see it automatically reselected the search values. Maybe an invoice, or in this case a submittal. Save searches can be defined by administrators. For instance, here is a save search that was defined by an administrator, and I can actually have folders with lots of different complex searches. And if there's a particular one that I want to use actively, I can just drag it into my active area where it'll be ready for me to use and very convenient. Let's switch now into the Explorer mode of ImageSite. In this case, I'll drill directly into the cabinet. The basic user interface for ordinary users is to explore for documents, to search for documents, and to collect documents in the Out basket, which we've discussed earlier, where you can create working sets, or create print jobs, or distribute documents electronically to other people. The ImageSite folder structure is entirely configurable, so it can be designed specifically to meet every customer's unique needs. In this case, I happen to have a structure called internal and vendor data. And within the internal data, I have categories like communications, where I might say email, memos, and photographs. So I can organize my data this way, and it's all very easy to just point and click. In the search, we had the 3 styles of display, and here we have the exact same 3 styles of display. So I can view all of these documents in thumbnail mode. And just like before, I have thumbnails with quick links. Or I can view the condensed mode, where we see the same float over thumbnails for each document, quick links, and all the metadata for each document as well. And again, this is very handy because even though I'm in a folder, this folder may have lots and lots of data, so sometimes I may want to click on these headings and sort the data. So you see a similarity between the search results exploring for data within the folders. It makes the interface very easy to use. I can click on the Memos folder. These are Word files or PDFs. And again, at any time, I can just click on a document, and now I'm full view into that particular document. If I have multiple pages, I have a page selector, and I can also say View Pages, where I get thumbnails of each page, and I can zoom into a particular area or go to a different page. And anything that I can get in the display here, I can do markups for both business documents as well as engineering documents. I can undock the view using the undock capability. And in this case, I'm looking at the document all by itself, or I can navigate up and down, or I can view other pages of the same document. The data opens up over here as well. So if I want to, I can explode the memos data and see the file names. Even the file names are completely configurable. I happen to have the naming defined here with file name dot extension with a squiggly line and the version number. The style of display is completely configurable. But here you see active information about the status of these documents. The red check indicates that these documents are all checked out to various people. So if I click on this particular document and then go to my info tool, you see checked out, and again I can see this particular document has been checked out by a project manager on this date and time. So if I wanted to, I could send an email to that person.